Hey, what's up, guys? Sal with I'm trying to test the waters here with this review. This is a figure I've been wanting for a while. I missed out last year. Actually, came out pre-orders came out last year, and man, I missed out by 30 minutes. I didn't know it was Central Time, the deadline pre-order, and yeah, man, I'm in Pacific Time. Unfortunately, I messed up. I messed up, guys. So here I am. I had to pay more than what it was going for. Initial price for this figure was $500. Man, but now that I saw Panther coming out, I said I have to get it. I have to get it. So I pre-ordered Panther, He-Man, and Skeletor. Not the Time Edition, but I had to get this figure. As far as I know, I mean, as far as you guys can see by the thumbnail, you already know what it is. So I'm just testing the waters. I want to see if if a figure review gets more views than a costume review, just because costumes only come once a year for Halloween. I really don't go a lot to I don't go to cons a lot, to events, which I should, but it's pretty pricey, guys. Not that figures are cheap, but here we are, guys. So yeah, I'm glad I got this figure. I didn't pay retail, which is unfortunate. I missed out, but here it is. I already opened it, guys. I Believe it or not, I actually started recording not knowing that my memory card was full. So for like 20 minutes, I was just talking to myself before. So I already opened it, guys. It comes in this big box. It's a huge box. 1/6 scale, 1/6 scale Battle Cat from Masters of the Universe. I grew up with this figure. With this cartoons, just like the Silverhawks, just like Thundercats, Gargoyles, 80s, 90s. I'm an 80s, 90s kid, mostly 90s. You seen one box, you seen it all. Just a plain box. I don't collect boxes. My reviews are gonna be more get to the point, because I do talk a lot. I tend to talk a lot, but let's start with the first thing in the box. I got it on Mercari, guys. It was brand new. The guy did never opened it, which is pretty cool. This figure is selling for ridiculous prices right now. When it was released about 2-3 months ago here in the States, and it got to the point people were paying $1,200. Retail price is $500, and that was not including shipping. From people on eBay, some people bought 2, 3 just to resell them. I hate those type of people. Uh, I'm not saying if you buy a figure and later down the line it goes up in price, of course you're gonna sell it for more. But I'm talking about the people that just buy figures and sometimes don't let people, real collectors, get the chance of owning that figure because you bought 3, 4 just to resell them. You are an asshole for that. You're a fucking asshole. Yeah, I said it. I know everybody has a hustle. I understand, but man, you guys suck. I see why people with uh, in the sneaker groups like shoes, Jordans, they hate bots. They hate people like that. I see why, because the real collectors, the real people that want them, they can get them, and then they have to freaking shell out a whole bunch of money for it, which is ridiculous, guys. But then again, as long as us, the buyers, buy from people, resellers like that, it's gonna keep happening. Anyways, guys, so the first figure that I wanted to take out and want to talk about is Cringer right here. Um, so Cringer, this figure right here, really, it's a pretty heavy figure. It's not hollow at all. I will say it weighs about a pound, the same weight as a regular water bottle. Really cool figure. No articulation, which kind of like defeats the purpose, I guess, the way they sculpt it. Um, these little lines. Again, I'm not picky, but I'm just saying if it's not gonna have articulation, it should have just been one solid piece instead of having everything separate. But I don't know how manufacturing works. So cool little figure. You could display with a Super 7 Prince Adam. I seen another collector do the same. Pretty cool. I mean, other than that, it's just Cringer before he becomes Battle Cat. You already know the Wimpy Cat from Masters of the Universe, the original one. Pretty cool figure. This figure by itself is going for about $150 to 200 by itself, which is crazy to me. And that's one of the reasons I will say this figure. This figure is, I mean, it's worth the $500. If people are paying $200 for this $150, and the figure it's worth $500. Just the massive size. People were paying on the Masters of the Universe Classics, the Battle Cats. They were paying about $300, and that's a 7-inch figure. Which, yeah, that's a lot. If you were willing to pay $350 for those Masters of the Universe Battle Cats from like 7 years ago or so, probably even more, then $500 for this figure, it's well worth it. It comes with a lot. Like I said, I already opened it. This head looks pretty sick. I just don't know. I think this is just like a modern helmet Battle Cat head version that Mondo created themselves, because I couldn't find anything. I looked through YouTube, through Google, to see if I could find any images of Battle Cat with this type of head, and couldn't find any. It looks pretty sick, guys. Looks pretty badass. Again, another heavy piece. I will say a pound, close to a pound, if not a little bit over. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Pretty sick. Let me lower down this. The sculpture on this, amazing. Look at this. I'm pretty sure this is hand painted and it's not by a machine, which is fucking sick. It has an articulated jaw, which by opening the jaw you create a different expression. And I will be having the review for Panther, Skeletor, and He-Man. I know there's a lot of reviewers, but I want to make my own, guys. I want to test the waters when it comes to back to reviewing figures. And I wouldn't do it in my own style, not in a box, not with commentary in the back. I want you guys to see my expression as I review this figure. This thing is sick. Huge peg, guys. This is the second head. Let me try to move this out of the way. Third head sculpt will be Cringer. So this will be more of a head for the Battle Cat, the normal size, but still has the Cringer head. I mean, sculpt, the classic one before he becomes Battle Cat. Pretty sick. It has a little tooth. Again, hand painted. I mean, for what you get for this, for $500, guys, I think it's worth it. That's really up to you if you want to spend that. This is one of my favorite heads. I mean, I love all of them, but this is one of my favorite heads, other than the one that comes with. Just because you can see all the detail, the fur sculpture. Man, guys, just when you thought that the MOTU classics, the Masters of the Universe classics, and same thing, articulated, was a definitive version for Battle Cat. No, it wasn't, guys. Hopefully this thing's focusing on me. It wasn't the definitive version. Just when you think a company cannot outdo another company, well, we are wrong. We are super wrong, guys. Last but not least, guys, this thing is huge. Huge. I'm talking about, I will say it's not the full size of a cat, depending on what size cat you have. If you have a small cat, I will say it's not the full size of a cat. A lot of people are saying the size of a cat. I don't see it, but it's pretty heavy, guys. I will say you can lift weights with this thing. You'll get tired sooner or later. Unless you're like a big buff guy, bodybuilder. But this, guys, is amazing. The head. Let me move this to the side, guys. The head on this thing, the sculpture, This is I will say this is the classic armor helmet. Uh, the figure itself, um, it's about 18 inches long. That's if you spread. I think that's if you extend the tail, which it does have a bend. It's bendable. It has a wire. It does have a wire inside, so you can maneuver it and pose it however you want. It's about 18 inches, and I will say from the bottom of the figure to the top of the saddle, it's right here, not counting this, about 12 inches. It's a huge boy, man. It's a big boy. This thing, it's holy crap, guys. If you guys were, and tell you the truth, guys, videos, pictures won't do this guy justice of how big it is, how amazingly big this figure is. In my opinion, this has become one of my favorite collection pieces. Dude, it's just, I've seen a lot of people complain. Well, some people talk about that this figure is a statue. It's not a statue, because if you go to Mondo's website, Instagram or website, Raul Barrero, I believe, which is the photographer for the photographer. I'm sorry, the photographer for Mondo. The poses he creates, guys, are to me out of this world. I don't do dynamic poses, but I'm gonna try to copy his poses. So if you say it's a statue, then I don't know what you're talking about, because obviously either you're too afraid to play with the figure and play with the joints, or you just don't have no type of creativity. I don't have no creativity, but I'm not gonna say it's a statue. To me, this is an action figure, and I mean, if it would have had more joints, I think you would have lose the sculpture, the details, and the fur. Uh, just overall, you have to do a balance. Either you have to go all the way and do articulation, because even the best articulated figures, like the Iron Man from Hot Toys, they're super articulated, but they still have I will say they still have some type of limitations. You cannot do crazy extreme poses. Um, Even some figures that are like the Spider-Mans, it's crazy. Some people could do amazing poses. What I do recommend doing, it's just heating up the joints before you start maneuvering the figure, just so you could do better poses. Once you heat up those joints, it's so easier to maneuver. Guys, this thing is amazing, amazing, amazing. I cannot say enough how badass this figure is. Just to give you an example of how big this figure is, I'm going to have right here Mr. Mandalorian from Hot Toys come into the picture, just so you guys can see how big this is. I mean, I still yet to receive, what's it called, I still haven't received He-Man, but I am gonna get him soon, hopefully. And as soon as I get Panther, of course, this will happen. Oh my God. But as soon as I get He-Man, Panther, and Skeletor, I mean, I'm gonna do a review as I go. But look at the sheer size of this, guys. This thing is huge. It's freaking huge. Mandalorian is about 12 inches tall, probably a little bit taller, but that's how big this figure is, guys, and it's freaking heavy. So it is worth, in my opinion, it is worth the $500. I mean, if you have to pay over $500, I think it sucks, because I mean, that's what I did. And unfortunately, the reason why I had to pay more than what I wanted to is because Mondo said it themselves on the Unleashed Panther video that unfortunately they're not gonna make any more Battle Cats. Let me put this to the side. They said they're not gonna make no more Battle Cats, guys. So yeah, if they do make Battle Cats, it's not gonna be this one right here. It's not gonna be the classic look to it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do other types of battle cats. They are gonna make what's it called, duplicate. Um, duplicate. They are gonna make. I hope they make a battle line, which will be cool too. It will be massive. Uh, but I'm just happy with Black Cat. I mean, with Battle Cat and Panther Man. Articulated toes in the front. You got elbow joints right here in the front, and you got knee joints, and then like I will say right here by the, I will say not the ankle, right here on top, articulation right here, and then inside as well, in here, neck double jointed, and then peg right here too. Guys, this thing is for me is the definitive version for Battle Cat. I seen some statues; they look sick. The statue's a statue, and you could do amazing poses with this. Just to give you another example, guys, this is a McFarlane Dark Knight figure, Batman with a horse. Look at the size of this horse versus this cat. Imagine this. This is just the sizes day and night when it comes to these figures. This is a pretty cool figure too. I actually bought the Witcher's horse for McFarlane, and Batman separate. Was cheaper than buying the whole line, just because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. Yes, guys, so this is my review for Battle Cat. Hope you guys liked the review. It was pretty straightforward. I didn't want to do no unboxing, just because I already had did it, and unfortunately I didn't. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. Yeah, I didn't want to do the unboxing. I already had done the video. Hope you guys like this video, guys. Please like and subscribe and share. I'm going to be doing more videos on toys. Again, this one was rushed because I got frustrated. I already had done a video, and unfortunately, I was recording for no reason. Well, actually, well, not even recording. Yeah, guys, hope you guys like this video. Please let me know if you guys want to see more videos for figures. Just because I see a lot of my figures got good views. So I want to see where my audience is coming from. If they're just coming for the costumes, watching the video and leaving, or actually watching the video and staying and subscribing. I'll do another review for my Batman versus Superman and Batman Forever updated review. But guys, this thing is huge. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe.